Hey folks, Wednesday the 16th of February 2022. We've got a lot of rhetoric coming out of Russia and NATO at the moment. It's um, quite a tricky sort of position to be trading across really at the moment. Yeah, we've been sort of bid up on European equities and US equities from the European Open here this morning. But sort of running into some technical resistance on the upside, but also the picture is getting very muddy in terms of who's doing what between Russia, NATO, the US, Ukraine. So let's get over and have a look at what we can see on these charts at the moment. So as you can see, gap closed here on the DAX. Little push up into resistance 529s, pulls back to the top of the gap area and then holding a bid here. But I suspect this won't be for too long, given that most of the news agencies do seem to be hell bent on maintaining just pure risk in the geopolitical situation right now, even though Russia is kind of saying, well, listen, we're done and we're out of here. So either which way. Equities, I was looking at further upside than this, than what we got out of the NASDAQ yesterday. Early bid up, then really not much more to get out of that. Albeit, yeah, you got a little bit on the close, finishing up quite well across the board on these equities, but just not getting into that upper resistance for like the SPOOs and the Dow being really capped there at 34,907. So, looking across these equities, it's kind of tricky now, as really, while we want to uh, believe in Putin saying he's done, he's out, their games are over. Uh, the sort of Western news agencies seem hell bent on maintaining that, well, it's not over yet, and we can't just stand back and believe anything Putin is saying. So with that in the mix, I think we're primed for headline shock to the upside or the downside on these equities, and so you're really seeing that they're tiptoeing at after the push high that they got yesterday. But I maintain target 14,810 half on Nasdaq, support down at 14,370s and three quarters. SPOOs 44.86 half target here. I think you're going to need that real dissipation of risk for us to push on 45.33s and a half. But really, you can't forget that these markets are trying to price in, 5+ rate hikes, starting at least a half a basis point each for the rest of this year. So, the Dow at the 20 EMA here, resistance sits up at 35, 312s. Support's really probably down around the S1 here. Let's see if we can hold 34,907s as we come into the rest of the session, or the US session. And gold just, can't really, as we were identifying yesterday on gold, that pullback down into this area, 1844s. We've pretty much got that shy maybe by about 4 ticks. That's fine. Or maybe about 8 ticks shy. And then bounced back to the 1859. So a nice little trade there for the longs in gold, albeit running into a bit of trouble now, as really we have seen gold push up on this risk of invasion. But there's a lot of technical stuff going on here, not just the macro picture, but sure, the macro picture. It's nice to see gold responding to that inflated risk of invasion in the Ukraine. So, but as it dissipates, we're going to be seeing gold kind of coming down with it, and obviously, if these bonds, you see here, look, the excess on the high in the bund already today. You see that, if we're going to get T notes now trading shortly. We're getting more volume. I think we could break down here in the bonds and follow suit with the T notes, the 10-year, and with that you're going to get rising yield. There's going to be downside pressure on gold. Then if you get further dissipation of Russian invasion risk, you're just going to see gold unwind. Now the question is, will it unwind down as far below this sort of line in the sand. That's the bigger question, really. So I still like the longs down around here on gold. So we'll just kind of bring this area forward here. That's about it. Oil, yeah, oil was lovely yesterday. You know, we were looking at this area here, 9105s, and the trend to get involved. And I was quite surprised to see how technically and how sharp the turn was on oil down here. You know, really nice activity. So I think we can stay bid up now on gold, or sorry, oil. Little pullback. I don't think we'll I don't know if we'll go far down as 9105s, but you know I'm looking at further upside in this contract now, despite what's happening in Russia. So there's the bonds and nat gas continuing to hold the bid. Here closed the gap yesterday as we were looking at happening. Closed the gap up to the R1. It's taking a bit of a pullback now this morning in the Asia Pac session. Actually, 7 a.m. just kind of sold down off the R1, but still on the front foot here. And you know, as the risk remains in Russia Ukraine, I think you know nat gas will hold the bid to the upside. So next up is 545's target, and be looking at above for nat gas. All right, that's it for me for today's session. Have a great session, and I'll talk to you soon. Cheers.